Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, Hazrat Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu narrates, Hazrat Imam Muslim mentioned this in his Sahih. Kana Rasulullah ahsan al-nas khuluqan. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was the most beautiful when it came to character amongst the people. There was no one whose character was like that of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. He was the most humblest, he was the most merciful, he was the most pious. He had the greatest qualities that man could possess, were all possessed in the akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I ask you, look into the seerah of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. One day Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam is walking. There is an old woman and she has her shopping with her. And she sees and she's heard that there is a so-called Nabi who claims to be a Nabi. His name is Muhammad. He is a bad person. Stay away from him. He will take you away from the deen of your forefathers. When Nabi alayhi salam sees this old woman, she needs help to carry her shopping across to her town and city. Nabi alayhi salam says, oh buri aurat, can I help you? Can I take this for you? And the buri aurat says, I need help, I need someone to take it. Nabi alayhi salam says, I will take it for you. When they arrived at the destination, the buri aurat says, oh young man, tell me, what is your name? He said, I am that Muhammad that people say that he's bad. I am that Muhammad that people say that he's taken us away from the deen. The buri aurat says, are you the Muhammad? Are you that Muhammad? This Muhammad would never have done this with me. He would never have carried my shopping as far as this. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She accepted Islam because she's seen such a character in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi alayhi salam was living with neighbors who used to throw rubbish on him, who used to put harm in the way of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. When Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam one day heard that her neighbor, and this is what you call being good to your neighbors, those who live 40 doors on your left, those who live 40 doors on your right. This is what it means to care for your neighbor. Be it a Christian, be it a Yahud or a Jew, be it a Muslim. Akhlaq of Rasulullah was akhlaq of Rasulullah. There was no question in that. This woman did not accept Islam. She didn't believe in Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. She used to throw rubbish on Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. She used to spit on Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam hears that this woman is on her deathbed, she's about to die, look at the akhlaq of Rasulullah. She sees that the door is open. Nabi alayhi salam goes and knocks on the door. There is no answer. The woman says, come inside. And she sees, lo, behold the eyes. She sees Muhammad is standing there. And she said, oh Muhammad, you have come to see me. I am on my deathbed. I used to spit on you. I used to disrespect you. I threw rubbish on you. But your character is so pure and speckless. There is not a speck of dust. There is not a speck of evil character trait in your character. You come to see me. Nabi alayhi salam says, tell me, are you okay? Do you need anything? And when she sees this akhlaq, this character, the woman says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. That this character has to be character of that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. This is noble character man Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam is teaching me and you. Be it a Yahud or a Christian or a Jew, our duty is to portray and reflect the character of Rasulullah. That's our duty. We are the claimants that we are the followers of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. Equally continues that one day Nabi alayhi salam had a debt to pay to a Yahud. This Jew had kept Nabi alayhi salam pestering him, give me my money, give me my money. Until one day the Jew had enough and he kept Nabi alayhi salam captive in the masjid. Fajr namaz occurred, Nabi alayhi salam sat there with him. Zuhr namaz occurred, Nabi alayhi salam sat there with him. Asr went, Maghrib went, Isha went. The next day Fajr went, Rasulullah sat there and there with him. He sat with him, he spoke with him. The Jew said, I'm not going to let you leave and go to your house. Umar Farooq said, Ijazat ya Rasulullah, we will throw this man out of the masjid. He's keeping the messenger of Allah captive in the masjid. How can it be? Nabi alayhi salam says, this is my job. This is my own thing. I will deal with it. Umar, you leave this alone. When in the end, Nabi alayhi salam gives, the Jew said, do you really think I sat here waiting for my debt? I have businesses, I have money. I only sat here to test and see your character. In the Tawrat it mentions about your noble character. You are not ghazzan ghaliz al-qalb. You're not fazzan ghaliz al-qalb. You're not harsh-hearted. You're not one who throws people out of the masjid. You're one who welcomes. When I see this akhlaq, I pick a qasam by Allah, that in the Tawrat it mentions the very same akhlaq you are doing in front of me right now. I did not want your mal and dawlat. All I wanted to see was your akhlaq. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. 3 instances Only 3 instances I've mentioned. On 3 instances, it was character that won the heart of not the Muslims, of those who did not have Iman in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I continue. Hazrat Fudala radiyallahu ta'ala anha. What a story. Fudala ibn Umair, Hajjatul Wida. Nabi alayhi salam is doing tawaf around the Kaaba. One man arrives and he has a dagger. He's about to assassinate Rasulullah. Akhlaq. If you know someone's going to kill you, you kill him first. You will never spare him. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam seen Fazala arrive, and Fazala is walking behind. Nabi alayhi salam is doing tawaf. Nabi alayhi salam looks behind and says, Fazala khair. Fazala, is everything okay? He says, yes, ana utuf. I'm doing tawaf of the Kaaba, I'm remembering Allah. Nabi alayhi salam turns forward and continues. A second time, Nabi alayhi salam says, Fudala, are you sure everything is okay? He says, I'm doing dhikrullah. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam on the 3rd instance said this and said, Fudala, remove the dagger. Fudala, remove the dagger. I know you've come to assassinate me. Nabi alayhi salam placed his hand on the chest of Fudala. He swears by Allah. He says, I pick a qasam by Allah. When he placed his hand on my chest, there was no one I hated more on this dunya than this man named Muhammad. The moment he lifted this, I pick a qasam by Allah that there is no one I loved in this dunya more than Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Akhlaq of Nabi alayhi salam. Someone is about to assassinate him, and he does dua for him. As a Fuzala had no love for no evil, no. He used to walk and he used to talk to prostitutes going home. That prostitute stood there one day and said, Fuzala, you're not going to talk to me no more. Fudala says, I've accepted Islam. My deen doesn't allow me to do this today. We accept Islam, but we do all the bayhayai that goes on. Everyone knows what goes on. Where's the akhlaq? Who are we representing? Are we feeding our desires, or are we following the ittiba' and the millah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, the previous hadith is mentioned in the books of Seerah. Hazrat Anas radiallahu anhu says, Khadamtu an-nabiyya 10 sinin. For 10 years I did khidmah for Rasulullah. I was 8 years old when my brother brought me to Nabi alayhi salam. Khadamtu Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam 10 sinin. For 10 years I served him. I pick a qasam by Allah, Hazrat Anas says. For 10 years I served him. فَمَا قَالَ لِي أُفٌّ وَلَا. He never said to me, uff. Uff. Fudala, Anas Widing, never did he say uff to me. He never said, Lima sanata. Anas, did you do what I told you? He never even asked Anas, did you do what I told you? This is akhlaq, Hazrat Anas is telling, after 10 years of khidmah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Continues. I'm going through this very quickly. I have one page to go through, so bear with me please. Hazrat Anas radiallahu anhu narrates again another hadith. فأرسلني يوما لحاجة فقلت والله لأذهب وفي نفسي أن أذهب لما أمرني به رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فخجرت حتى أمر صبيان وهو يلعبون في السوق. The Nabi alayhi salam says, Anas, go and do something for me. Hazrat Anas says, Ya Rasulullah, I'm going to do it now. And Hazrat Anas was on the verge of doing it, and he's seen in the town. Hazrat Anas is only what? 8 till 18 he lived for that time. That's a teenager. I have a youngster sitting in front of me. If I says, brother, go do something, he's gonna say, yes Imam Sahib, I'll go do it for you. And the next thing you know, he's playing with his friends. Hazrat Anas began to play with his friends. Nabi alayhi salam is walking in the street. Hazrat Anas is thinking, Rasulullah is coming, I've not done what I've done. And when he sees this, Nabi alayhi salam says, Anas, have you done what I told you? He says, Ya Rasulullah, I'm going right now. Nabi alayhi salam just looked at him and smiled. He didn't say, Anas, why didn't you do what I told you? He smiled and said, Anas, khair, don't worry. This is akhlaq. Today we ask kids to do something. I can tell you, I have a younger brother. I bully him. Not in a bad way. Do this for me. He doesn't do it. Why didn't you do it? That's how I'm like. But this is what Rasulullah is teaching me. That when your younger brother, you tell him and he doesn't do it, smile. And he will go and do it. Next time he won't do that again. This is the akhlaq Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. You can be elder brother. I didn't say that. He said that. I asked you about the akhlaq of Nabi alayhi salam. That hadith was mentioned in Muslim Sharif. The previous hadith was also mentioned in Muslim Sharif. This next hadith is mentioned Muttafaq alayhi, Bukhari and Muslim both mentioned this in the Kutub. The Bedouin who was walking one day, and Nabi alayhi salam had the best jubbah on. And they had a clip. And when they had this clip, the Bedouin went to Rasulullah, and this is the tariqah of the Bedouins. They were harsh-hearted. They never looked at lutfan and softness. He went and he pulled Rasulullah by the neck like this, and he left a mark on Nabi Salam's shoulder. And when Nabi Salam listened this scar, he said, Ya Muhammad, murli min malin min malillahi alladhi indak. Oh Muhammad, give me that mal Allah has given you. Nabi Salam didn't say, who are you to pull my shirt? Nabi Salam smiled and said, how much do you want? I am the one Allah is the one who gives. Wallahi yu'ti. But I swear by Allah, Allah is the one who gives, but I am the one who does taqseem of what Allah gives. I am the one who distributes. If you ask me, my only job is to give. I ask you, open the akhlaq, open the shama'il of Rasulullah salam. You will read in the shama'il, in the akhlaq of Nabi salam, that he never said la to anyone. I can swear that every creation in the creation of Allah, illa al-anbiya wa Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, kulluhum yaqulun, all of them will have said la, once or not. You ask me for that? No brother, I'm not going to give you. Nabi salam, the Sahaba said, whenever we asked him for something, he never said no to us, he always gave. He only said la in la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He only said la when he said the kalima, that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah Rabbil Jalal. That's the only time he said la. Every other time people came and asked, Nabi salam says, here, take. How much do you want? Take more gold. Take this. Hatta it comes to one narration, that when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I've nearly come to my end. When Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had this, and a group of people came, I mentioned in Mishkat Sharif, and they said, Ya Rasulullah, give me stuff. And Nabi salam gave them. They went back to their camp and they said, Aslimu, accept Islam. Muhammad is the giving one. He gives so much to us. If you want to take, you're poor, go to Rasulullah, he will make you rich. Accept Islam, you will take everything from him. This is how Rasulullah's akhlaq was. He never said no to anybody. He was the one who always gave. This is a khasiyat in Rasulullah character. We can't be like that. In today's circumstances, we can never say no. We always have to say no. We can never say yeah. It's rare that we say, yes brother, I'll do this for you. Illa mashallah, there's exceptional cases, inshallah. Time out, he's signaling. I leave it to the awamun nas. If they want me to go, I'll go. Yeah, go, stay. Carry on. I just got a little bit left to do, inshallah.
More tastier than the food,
Mitte lokan. Bradford people are mitte. They're sweeter than jalebi, man. I have jalebi on Ilford Lane in London. Man, the jalebi is beautiful. You can ask Ashfaq's father. We always eat it. You're sweeter than that, Mulana. Beautiful. May Allah increase you in your mal, increase you in your awlad. Allah Almighty put barakah and rahmah into you, inshallah. And as Jabir radiallahu anhu said, Masu ila Rasulullah shay'in qattu faqala Allah. There's nothing that Nabi salam ever asked for except Nabi salam never said no to that person. He always said, yes, take it. I am the one who gives. Wallahu yuti wa ana Abul Qasim. Allah is the one who gives, but I am the distributor of what Allah gives. You have a king. Does the king ever go to the people and say, here, take it? The king appoints a trustee and says, oh, you go and distribute my khaza'in. Allah appointed Rasulullah to distribute his khaza'in. This is why amongst his khaza'in were the keys of Jannat. And he said, Abu Bakr fil Jannah, Umar fil Jannah, Uthman fil Jannah, Ali fil Jannah, Talha fil Jannah, Abu Ubaidah fil Jannah, Abdul Rahman fil Jannah. And continues, the 10 Ashra Mubashara. Because Rasulullah was giving them the keys to Jannat. Allah Almighty is telling them, tell these ghulaman of yours in the dunya, before they have passed away, before the su'al has come in the qabr, tell them these are those people who will be in Jannat with you already. These are 10 walking, living, yaqeenan, certified, guaranteed by Rasulullah and Allah Almighty that these 10 will be with Rasulullah in Jannah. Rasulullah is the one who gives what Allah gives. He is the one. Allah gave everything to Rasulullah. Rasulullah did taqseem to where he willed and who he willed. Nabi alayhi salatu was salam, أن رجل سأل النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام غنما بين جبلين فأعطاه إياه فأن قوما فقال أي قوم أسلموا فوالله إن محمدا لا يعطي عطاء. That he, they came and he was giving ghanam, he was giving sheep to them. Take these sheep. This is the hadith I mentioned now in Arabic. Muttafaq alayhi Muslim. This next hadith is Muslim. Ay qawmin, O people. Ay is a harfe nida. Ya aya haya ay awa. O qawmu, my people. Aslimu, accept Islam. For wallahi, I pick a qasam by Allah. Inna Muhammadan la yu'ti ata'an. He is the one who gives ata of Allah's khazain. Ma yakhaful fikr. He is one who does not fear fikr. He does not fear ghurbat. For him, al-ghina ghina nafs. He taught us that our character, the real riches is the riches of the heart. It's not the Porsches that you drive. It's not the Bentleys that you want to drive. It's not the big houses you live in. It's not the bank balances, Barclays that you have. This is not the real riches. Rasulullah said the real rich man is the man who's rich at heart. The one who might not have anything, but he will give. Rasulullah, many of the time you will see in his seerah, Nabi Sallallahu was he who never had much to give. But Rasulullah was one who constantly gave. He gave. And this is the character of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I ask you today, we live in a time, we live in a period where the character, it's being tarnished. Nabi alayhi salam has said, there will come a qawm after me. There will come an ummah after me, a people after me. They have never seen me. Qazi Yaz narrates. They've never seen me. They would sacrifice their mal, they will sacrifice their ahl just to have the ziyarat of Rasulullah. My brothers, I tell you that hadith was not for Abu Bakr Siddiq. That hadith was not for Umar Farooq. That hadith was for me and you. Do we really want to see Rasulullah perfect your noble character on Qiyamah? When he will intercede for me and you, when he will stand, he will intercede for his enemies. He will ask, did you portray the character that I bought? For 40 years I convinced them with my character. For 23 years, kana khuluquhu al-Quran. Where's our akhlaq? Where's our character? Are we portraying Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam? Why is Islam being attacked today? Because the ones who should portray the character of Islam should be portraying wholeheartedly that of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They should not portray the character of those who do not have the akhlaq of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. We are the muhibbeen. We are the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. We claim to love Rasulullah. Don't just do va, nare and all that. Begin to do the say. Adopt the character of Nabi alayhi salam. Sit with the ulama. Ask them, teach me the character of Nabi alayhi salam. What did he say about ajzi? What did he say about rahmah? What did he say about silatul raham? What did he say about these things? He came to perfect them. He was the one who was perfect in character. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He perfects our character to that of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He gives us just one drop in the character of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We live in a time where I tell you, my brothers, I swear by Allah, if we were to go back to the days where we were good to those who did not believe in Islam, we were to go back to those days where those who did not accept Islam, they still sat and ate food with them. They stood up when the janazas occurred. We are not those people who incite hatred amongst Muslims. We are not the extremists. We are the muhibbeen. We are the lovers of Rasulullah. And the lovers of Rasulullah never incited hatred amongst his ummah. He never did this in his life, nor did he portray this to his sahaba. When those sahaba went to Indonesia, 11 of them went there. I ask you today, the largest Muslim country in the world is Indonesia. Over 120 million Muslims are there. Did they go with their swords? Did they raise the sword in Indonesia? Not one sword was raised in the Sarzameen of Indonesia. It was the akhlaq which won these people. Today it's the largest country, Muslim country in the world. 120 Muslims are there because 11 noble companions went from Medina Munawwara to portray the akhlaq of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When are we going to adopt this? When are we going to realize this? May Allah Almighty give us the tawfiq to understand what I said. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله.